Hey guys, it's Brian here, and so I have another manhwa recommendation type video for you guys. I actually finished two of these manhwa, well not finished, I just caught up to all the released chapters today. So because of that, I now have 10 manhwa that I can recommend, give you my thoughts, review, and that so far none of them are completed, so if you were looking for completed ones, sadly this isn't the video for you. Honestly, I never find completed manhwa. I have, I think, one video on it, but that's it. Because they're just so hard to find. But regardless, let's just hop right into the video. Alright, so the first one I'm going to be mentioning is called Why Are You Doing This, Duke? And honestly, this one I bounced around a lot with, but I will say it has grown on me. It definitely does get better as you read it, and it is comical, so that's always good. Like, the first chapter or so that I started reading it, I was like, yeah, this just seems really cringy. This definitely doesn't seem like something I'm gonna enjoy. But I was wrong. It just started off being really sappy and cringy. But it gets better the more you read. I think there's currently 90 chapters. I feel like maybe I've read 60 maybe or so. But yeah, it's good so far. I can't complain. Alright, and so the next one I think has two different names, possibly. So it's either A Way to Protect You, Sweetheart, or A Way to Protect the Lovable You. So this one did drop this year, 2021, so there's not that many chapters. I think it's 20 something right now. Basically, the female lead has a second chance to change things. I can't tell if it's really windy out or just raining, but anyways, hopefully you can't hear that. The artwork is really pretty, which is what drew me in, and the story is a bit more on the unique side so far, I'd say. But they've also started talking about this thing called wings, and I don't really care for the wings that much. But yeah, that's just a whole nother thing. Not all the translations that I saw were really good, for a lack of a better word. So I feel that kind of made me lose my interest, because I kind of was getting confused because it kind of got complicated, and just with not proper Korean to English translations, I kind of got lost. But yeah. Oh my god, my voice is getting so raspy for some reason. I'm so sorry if you are picking up on that. And so the next one is I Want to Be You Just for a Day. When I first started reading it, it did remind me of quite a few similar manhwa where the main character or characters switch bodies with other characters in the manhwa, if that makes sense. And the main one I'm thinking of is the one that it's the reason why Ray Leanna ended up at the Duke's mansion. And I believe there is another one that I can't think of right now. Actually, the one at the end that I'm gonna mention, which is called I Became the Tyrant's Secretary. We'll get into that one eventually. That one also has that where characters are switching bodies with other characters. So if that's something you're into, I don't know how I feel. I feel like they're good, they're enjoyable, but they are really similar and repetitive a lot of the times. But I really do enjoy this one. This one has quite a bit of chapters. I'm not all the way caught up, but I do enjoy and find this more unique that it shows both of those characters who have swapped bodies perspectives, and I feel like I haven't read a manhwa like that, how it's focusing on just both of them and not just mainly focusing on one of them. So yeah, I don't know, I like that. It's cool to see. I don't know. Alright, and so the next one, if you're familiar with my channel, it's not my typical kind of one. This one is actually called Vampire Chef. So, I do enjoy vampire things, so that is one of the reasons that it was up my alley. I will say the first chapter, for whatever reason, reminded me of Food Wars. So it's definitely a comedy romance. The art style isn't my usual style, but it's not bad at all. It's just not obviously the super historical royalty art style that I really enjoy. But I do enjoy the male lead's drawing. He looks beautiful. Perfect. But yeah, basically the cover photo is what drew me in, as well as the name, as well as vampire being in the title. Because I'm a sucker for vampire things. Which are kind of rare and hard to come by, I think. Alright, and so the next one is What It Means to Be You. So this one reminds me of a lot of Lady Beast, which I haven't seen updates on in a very long time. And I will say a little critique kind of thing. Well, not a critique on the actual manhwa, but I can't find all of chapter 9 anywhere. I've searched it, I've looked everywhere. Can't find all of chapter 9, so that kind of bothered me. I should mention a little kind of trigger warning, if you will. It does talk about suicide quite a bit, so if that's something that you wouldn't be comfortable with, or something that would just, yeah, not be for you, I definitely wouldn't recommend this one. But I'm pretty sure most of the chapters that did talk about suicide very openly in that had a trigger warning on the first page. So it is there to warn you at least. And also Okay, you know what? Like, I do enjoy this one, but it definitely isn't the most ideal because, like I said, there's a lot of talk of suicide, and at the same time, it's kind of like an abusive relationship in a way. Not physically, but just like emotionally and verbally. Like, I'm sure they're gonna play off this and create a redemption arc and all that, but like, it is just there just so you're aware of it. And at the time that I'm filming this, I believe there's only 26 chapters, so if you're looking for like a long read, this also wouldn't be the one for you. But like, the artwork is pretty, so like, you know, I get drawn into that. Like, I'm a simple person. It doesn't take much. So the next one is Baby Empress, and I honestly don't have too much to say about it. I will say the main character starts off as a child, which like is kind of clear in the name. She isn't reincarnated or anything like that. She's actually just adopted. And yeah, like, it's something, like, I'm gonna keep up with it, I'm sure, but like, I just don't have too much to say about it. Okay, so a lot of these I've just noticed are very short, so if you want long reads that have like a bunch of chapters released right now, this isn't the video for you. Because the next one I have is called It's Useless to Hang On, or the other name that I saw is There's No Use Hanging On. So do what you will with that. I will say it reminds me of The Villainous Reverses the Hourglass, which is probably one of my favorite manhwas so far, I'd say. Maybe? But there currently is only 15 chapters as well. But yeah, I enjoy it. Again, very quick read so far. Alright, and so the next one we're going to be talking about, I actually caught up all the chapters to yesterday because, again, not a lot of chapters. I believe this one only has 20 something right now, but the artwork is really, really pretty. I don't think I said the name, and the name is called Secret Lady. It kind of reminds me a lot of Noragami in the sense, because like there are ghosts or spirits, and their names are their weakness, which again just reminds me of Noragami, which like I have so much to catch up on the manga. Like, I really enjoyed Noragami. I started the anime and then I started the manga because I enjoyed it so much. And like, yeah, I should probably catch up to all the released chapters of the manga because it's really, really good. But it's unlike Noragami in the way that it is more of a historical slash like royal theme, which is what's usually up my alley for manhwa. So yeah. But yeah, it had me interested in like the first 3 chapters, but it is about a main character that's hiding her identity so far, at least from what I've seen. Which I believe I just released my previous video last Monday on main characters that are hiding their identity, I think. Possibly. You also might hear fireworks in the background right now. Again, I'm very, very sorry. Alright, and so the first manhwa that I have fully caught up with today is called I Became the Wife of the Monstrous Crown Prince. So this one I started on a whim. Like, I was like, okay, this cover photo keeps calling me in because I kept seeing it every time I opened my manga app. And finally I was like, you know what? There is currently only like, I don't remember how many there were. I think it was like 20 something chapters. So I was like, I'm just gonna give it a go. And I will say the first few chapters do remind me so much of Sincerely I Became a Duke's Maid, which like I enjoy, but it's not my favorites, but it is pretty enjoyable because there is just like a mention of a curse and like how like true love will get rid of the curse or something along those lines roughly, which is exactly like Sincerely I Became the Duke's Maid. But the main character isn't a maid, she's actually a 10-year-old child. And on that note, even though I did enjoy this and I read it really, really quickly, it is a bit odd that like an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old are married. Like, it's a little weird. So like, if you ignore that part, like, it is a good read. But yeah, like when they keep like referring to each other as husband and wife, I'm like, this is weird. This is so weird. But yeah, it's good. The art style, beautiful, love it. And we'll have to see how it plays out. And alright, so finally, last but not least, the last manhwa that I've fully caught up to, probably like an hour ago, not even, is I Became the Tyrant's Secretary, which I mentioned previously. So the art style is pretty good. Like, again, something I enjoy, but I will say the character's eyes, I don't fully like. Mostly the main characters, like, I don't know, there's something about her eyes that I'm just not crazy about, like, just the art style. But yeah, it's basically like a typical reincarnation slash ending up in a novel story where 2 characters have swapped bodies, but you have to get a little bit more into that to learn that, so sorry if I spoiled that. But again, I think it's 20 something chapters right now that I'm filming this. But yeah, basically the main character is just trying to prevent her death. There's a good bit of comedy, I'd say, and like I love looking at the Emperor's face. I believe he's the Emperor. Yeah, Tyrant? Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's an Emperor. But yeah, he's drawn beautifully. He kind of actually reminds me of Henley or Henry, however you want to say his name, from Remarried Empress, sort of. But just if he was like a jerk, because Henley's like an angel in Remarried Empress. But yeah, So that's basically all the recommendations I have right now. Man, I've been making so many manhwa related videos lately. I do want to film a video talking about my favorite manhwa right now, because like, let's be real, they're always changing because I read so friggin' many. But yeah, I kind of want to do that. I want to do another video on Remarried Empress because like the divorce is finally happening and it took like 80 chapters. So I'm so excited about that. I want to actually make a non-related manhwa video on the anime Amnesia, because it has took me probably over a year to try to finish this anime, but I just don't like it. It's so bad, and I just want to like sit down and ramble about it because yeah, the art style, it had so much potential with the art style, but wow, the storyline's so bad. But yeah, okay, I'm rambling. But yeah, if you guys have any manhwa recommendations or anything like that, feel free to comment them down below. If you've checked out any of these manhwa, let me know how you feel about them. I'd love to chat about them. I usually do always reply to comments. I want to say I'm pretty proud of myself for that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff down below. I hope you guys are having a great day or had a great day, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.